Here, like.
All right, we are back in Senate Judiciary on May 7th, and we're doing a number of votes here. We're going to start off at 772 because we have a family with us, and we are on draft 5.1. I would entertain a motion to vote this out favorably, and I will be then recommitting it to economic development with the committee report for that.
So.
Excellent. Any further discussion? Seeing none, and so Senator Bohosky, whenever you're ready.
Senator Matos.
Yes.
Senator Norris. Senator Bohosky, yes. Senator Ruth.
Yes.
Senator Hashim.
Yeah.
And you said you were going to recommit it, or I guess technically the reporter.
Yes. It's a. Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Yes. Well, the two before.
Thank you for all your work on this, and I can your help. All right, that's done. 171 is simple enough to go let you counsel on that one. We'll do that. That's the one related to officer involved hearings.
Do we need anything from the House?
You did not change anything.
Then do we need to vote, or do we just do a straw poll to concur with the House?
I think if we voted out without amendment.
Yeah. We just shifted gears to 171.
Great.
I'll let you.
Well,
What are we on?
171. Oh, yeah.
Well.
motion made.
I brought another candle on our council. Oh, and what's here? I'm sorry.
I entertain a motion to vote out 171 as passed by the House.
All right, Senator Ruth.
Yes.
Senator Matos.
Yes.
Senator Norris.
Yes.
Senator Bohosky, yes. And Senator Hashim.
Yes.
Who's going to report that?
9-7. Now we have votes. 9-30. Miscellaneous bill. We're probably out of time now, but we're done, right? There's nothing else pending for 937.
Not that I'm aware of.
Not that I'm aware of. Committee members, anything else for 937?
No, what draft are we on? 7.1.
Lot of work.
With nothing else, I would entertain a motion to vote draft 7.1 of H 937 out in favor. So,
Wolford section.
Senator Ruth.
Yes.
Senator Matos.
Yes.
Senator Norris.
Yes.
Senator Bohosky, yes. Senator Hashim.
yes.
Who is reporting that one?
Roll.
So I have summaries of both the House versions as well as the Senate proposal amendment. So I'll send those to you and then just look at it. If you have any questions about any of it.
Work out what does they want.
I am not volunteering.
Oh, I'm recording.
Oh, you are? That, well, it's me.
Okay, great. Thank
I don't know that I have much to do on a section by section, because it's only 20 each, but I'll send stuff.
you. Oh, the Senator North is recording this.
Okay, sure.
So I'll be doing 9:57. That one's done. 6:42, an act relating to youthful offender proceedings. And just to refresh everyone's memory, we did make one small change to this, which was the was on page 4. This was the victim providing input, and whether or not their input would be related to the appropriateness of youthful offenders. I remember that was, we came to the conclusion that whether or not the defendant is appropriate for youthful offender status is ultimately the judge's decision, and the judge takes into consideration the victim's input. Eric, were there any other big changes?
Nope, there was one technical cross reference change, but other than that, it's just the one that you were just describing.
And we're on draft. Which draft are we on first?
The one that you're voting on, you're looking at the one that shows changes, which is, but you I have a clean copy here if you want to scope it out.
Don't mind.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, these are all out.
Yes.
Senator Matos, did you get my message?
What, Bob? Sorry.
Did you get my message? I texted you about the floor. Check your phone. Check the phone.
Oh, yeah. I can do that.
Well, just one, you need to contact Bloomer
Yep.
and, but that seems from my memory to be perfectly fine.
Okay. I'll send him and Melissa email right now.
Okay,
All right, so draft 1.1, our only major change was to victim. I already talked about that. And you said there were no other significant changes.
No.
And this is the one that closes that loophole where the individual may age out of.
Right. Allows the court to stay in jurisdiction.
Any issues, questions? All good with it? I will entertain the motion to vote this out. Draft 1.1 out there.
I would move that we vote this out favorably.
Excellent. Any further discussion?
Senator Ruth,
yes.
Senator Matos,
Yes.
Senator Norris.
Yes.
Senator Vigilsky, yes. Senator Hashim.
Yes. Wants to do that. Feel like my.
Is it a big
Chris Matos.
Where's the Matos bill?
Yeah, no, it's definitely a
You looked at me. I think Senator Matos should do it.
What? I'm sorry.
If you, do you have any interest in reporting out the, H642, one of the administration's, priorities?
A very short bill.
Sounds great.
Oh, thank you.
What a team player.
On 606, I'm not sure if you're interested in a vote today. I would love to have another walk through like that. Before we do that.
I was hoping to vote it out today. What, I mean, we've got some, what questions? Like,
Well, it was more just, I just can't bring to mind one. But if you would prefer to vote on it, then.
I mean, we've got 15 minutes, and this is the last bill that we've got to vote on, so.
Yeah.
Eric, do you mind joining us for
No.
606?
Yeah.
We're on 1.2. 606.
1.1. Yeah, 1.1. Oh, everybody's got some. Good morning, Eric Pack for the applicant, the council here to walk the committee through the latest proposed amendment to H 606, which, as you recall, came over from the House with a number of different firearms related procedures that are now in S 329. This version, this amendment that you're looking at, incorporates the language regarding the relinquishment of firearms that was the subject of a task force that was chaired by the Attorney General's office, and which filed a report back, and then had some proposed language, which then redrafted and incorporated into this bill. So that's what you're looking at now, is specifically the issue of relinquishment and not any of the other procedural issues related to firearms that are now in S 329. So the big picture of what's going on here is that there is an existing statute on firearms relinquishment, as currently drafted, applies only to relief from abuse orders. Again, this proposed legislation doesn't change anything about what existing law either requires or permits as far as when firearms are relinquished. That isn't changed at all. It just establishes some procedures for what happens when they are relinquished under current law. And also, as you see from the very first page and on line 9, it incorporates ERPO's extreme risk protection orders, which are another situation in which firearms are relinquished when an ERPO is issued. So there is a separate statute that was in the ERPO chapter that dealt with relinquishment in those cases. But I think the task force that the legislature created in the miscellaneous bill last year, the idea was to make uniform these procedures for relinquishment so that they apply regardless of what underlying statute was invoked when firearms was relinquished. So that's what is going on here. And so it does that by making changes to that existing statute that I was mentioning that covers firearms relinquishment in general. So you'll see that one of the couple of manners that the firearm can be relinquished, it can be to a law enforcement agency, and they can maintain custody over it. That's also possible under the existing law and this bill, though the procedures are expanded for the firearm to be placed with a law of FFL, federally licensed firearms dealer. So that person can also hold on to the firearm for purposes of the period of time that it's relinquished, or it can be a third party. So the person can also designate a third person to hold on to it. In that case, though, and one of the changes that this bill makes to existing laws, if a person's going to have it held by a third party, there has to be a court hearing first. That wasn't necessarily required in the existing. This sort of expands the procedure so that there's a court hearing, the person goes through a background check, so that there can be those sort of determinations before the firearm is placed with a third party. A couple of other big changes before we get to them. You may recall the sort of big policy additions to the existing statute that this bill makes are that when firearm is stored with a firearms dealer under current law, there isn't an immunity provision or so that is added in this bill. So that for purposes of storage of the firearm, law enforcement agencies do have an immunity provision under the current law. This adds the FFL to that. So any sort of day-to-day damage that might occur while the firearm is being transported or stored, then the dealer would be immune from that the same way that the law enforcement agency is immune from current. Another change to current law is that when a person who has stored their firearms with the FFL doesn't come to get it when the period of time expires, or they could voluntarily give it up as well. It's another option. Under the current sale procedure, if the dealer is permitted to sell the firearm, but after they sort of account for any expenses they incurred, any excess they give back to the owner. Under the proposal here is if they end up selling the firearm because the person never showed up and there are requirements, the person has to be notified before the sale, that sort of thing. If the person never shows, or if they voluntarily give it up, then the FFL and retain all the money that they got from the sale. Excess doesn't have to be returned to the person.
So a couple of incentives for FFLs to join in, monetary and liability, protection.
I think that's exactly right. Thank you. Maybe your testimony that those things might help FFLs.
And with my memory refreshed, I'm fine with voting on this.
Right. And just to reiterate what you said at the beginning, this does not change any of the grounds in which someone's firearms could be relinquished. This is procedural for what happens after they're relinquished.
Yes, exactly.
Excellent. Committee, any senators?
I have no questions, and if others do, if you're willing to entertain, I would move, take those things favorably.
1.1.
1.1 as amended.
Yes. Excellent. Any further discussion?
Senator Burke,
Yes.
Senator Marcos,
Yes. Sorry.
Senator Norris,
Well,
Senator Bielovsky, yes, Senator Rasheed.
yes. I can report this one out unless anybody else
Can you read that?
really wants to report it out.
John, in
Great. I think that completes everything that we have to do as a committee. So that I am,
Well, we'll start getting stuff back.
we'll start getting stuff back, but
Great.
as we get, I'll let folks know as we deal with any conference committees. I think we'll likely have one on 208 and 193. And that's what I'm aware of at the moment. So, okay. Yeah, thank you, Eric.
Yes, thank you all.
Thanks for having us.
We're meeting tomorrow.
Yeah, so.
I mean, we can be. There no more to take off.
No.
I got the whole.
Okay, I'm just gonna hand
You're
it
not
over.
gonna have a quorum.
Amazing.
I'm gonna watch.